Dream
Welcome to
it.
the deep dive.
Wear it.
Today we're doing something
Live
a
it.
little different. We're looking at a stack of streetwear fashion
Smart
designs,
dream.
along with some highly motivational YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating stack of sources we have today.
Right, and we want to answer this one, this deeply intriguing question for you listening. Can a piece of sports apparel, like a jersey, actually be used as a psychological tool to cure an existential crisis?
Which sounds crazy, but on the visual side, we're analyzing this striking collection of 4 distinct smart dream jersey designs.
Yeah.
And they tap heavily into, current streetwear and sports fashion aesthetics.
Yeah, and alongside those, we're looking at this intense, highly targeted content from their YouTube channel, which is called Smart Dream, Smart Vision.
Exactly.
So our mission today is to figure out how this specific clothing line acts as a literal and visual front for a deep psychological and educational mission aimed at youth. Like, how does putting on a shirt cure the post-exam blues?
Right. How does it reprogram a student's brain for success?
Okay, let's unpack this. Because usually, when we talk about a psychological slump, you expect precision. If you break your arm, the doctor points at the x-ray and says, boom, there's the problem. Here's the cast.
Yeah, physical medicine is very binary, but when you step into youth psychology, specifically that weird floating period right after teenagers finish their major high school exams, that metaphorical x-ray machine is just completely broken.
It's totally murky.
It is. You have this demographic that looks perfectly healthy, perfectly normal on the outside, but internally, they're often navigating this profound, silent crisis of identity.
So to understand their supposed cure for this crisis, we have to look at the physical object they're using, right? The jerseys.
Yeah, the smart dream jerseys.
And then looking at the visual sources, they are heavily stylized. They all have this team crest and the classic Nike swoosh.
Which instantly gives them that air of athletic legitimacy.
Exactly. But what strikes me is the massive contrast between the designs themselves. They aren't just like simple palette swaps. They are entirely different aesthetic trends.
Yeah, that visual variance is a highly intentional piece of their strategy. If we look at the collection as a whole, it basically maps out a spectrum of cognitive states.
Oh, that's an interesting way to put it. Because on one end, you have this chaotic, vibrant splash of colors, right? It's white, orange, and blue just splashing everywhere.
It's very loud.
Super loud. And instead of standard block lettering, the Smart Dream logo is this massive, swirling cursive that dominates the chest. It feels frantic. It's like a physical manifestation of hype beast culture where more is always more.
But then you flip to another design and it is the complete opposite.
Right, the clean one.
Yeah, it's a clean, classic, solid orange body with dark blue sleeves. Highly structured, very traditional, and visually very quiet compared to the cursive one.
And then there are the intermediary designs too.
Right, like the dark blue and magenta geometric camo pattern.
Yeah.
It feels like modern esports armor.
Yeah.
Very tactical, very stealthy.
Oh yeah, the esports vibe is strong there.
And another one is this aggressive dark blue and red colorway covered in sharp diagonal brushstroke slashes. It gives off this kinetic, almost fighting energy.
So looking at that stark contrast, especially between the chaotic cursive design and the clean orange one, I can't help but see them as an analogy for the student's brain.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that swirling paint-splattered jersey perfectly visualizes a teenager's brain when it's overloaded with choices and automatic negative thoughts and the endless noise of TikTok.
It's having 50 tabs open in your head at once.
Yes. But then that clean, solid orange jersey, that represents the goal. That's the mental clarity the brand wants to guide them toward.
What's fascinating here is they actually explicitly connect these streetwear trends to cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT.
Wait, really? A clothing brand is talking about CBT?
Yeah. The content features a figure named Amir Maju, and his stated mission is using CBT techniques to help students reset their automatic negative thoughts. He's specifically targeting youth stuck in what he calls an 8-hour TikTok scrolling stupor, because the digital landscape is engineered to hijack dopamine.
Right, it just keeps you hooked.
Exactly. And when a student is paralyzed by laziness and endlessly scrolling, their prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for long-term planning, is essentially offline. They're stuck in a loop.
And breaking that loop purely through willpower is incredibly hard, especially for a teenager who already feels lost. So that's where the apparel comes in, like a physical pattern interrupt.
Exactly. The psychology community has a term for this, enclothed cognition.
Enclothed cognition.
Right. It's the phenomenon where the clothing you wear literally influences your psychological processes. Like, studies show wearing a doctor's lab coat increases your attention to detail.
Oh, that makes sense. So in this case, offering overwhelmed youth a bold professional team jersey acts as a grounding mechanism.
Precisely. It's a physical cue to the brain. The moment they put that jersey on, the sensory experience, the athletic cut, the team crest, it tells the brain, we are shifting modes now. We are the active participant.
But a physical anchor, it only matters if there's a storm they need anchoring against, right? So what is this specific crisis they are targeting?
The sources call it the post-SPM blues.
Okay, and for context for you listening, SPM is the major secondary school exit exam in Malaysia. It's a massive, massive milestone.
Yeah. The brand heavily targets these SPM school leavers. They call them Batch '08. And Amir Maju's language in the videos is intense but deeply empathetic to their reality.
What does he say?
He talks about them feeling this sudden, piercing emptiness once the exams are over. Because for a decade, their entire life was structured around this one goal. And overnight, it vanishes.
Right. So they wake up at 2 in the afternoon, scroll all day, and turn into digital zombies because their main life objective is just gone.
Exactly. But the channel doesn't just call them lazy. They pull out some heavy academic artillery. They explicitly invoke Erickson's psychological theory of psychosocial development.
Wait, Erickson. In a streetwear ad.
Yeah. They focus heavily on his stage of identity versus role confusion. It's a brilliant synthesis of education and commerce.
How so?
Well, Erickson's theory says ages 12 to 18 are the critical window to answer the question, who am I? If adolescents successfully navigate this, they get a strong identity. If not, they fall into role confusion.
And role confusion means they literally don't know where they fit into society.
Right.
They aren't high schoolers anymore, but they aren't adults yet. They're just stuck in this uncomfortable waiting room of life.
Right. And the brand pitches higher education as the solution to this void. Specifically, they advocate pursuing a diploma or degree at Unisul, the University Selangor.
But they don't just market Unisul as a place for classes and tests, right?
No, they frame it as a survival lab. They tell these kids that higher ed is the arena to build self-worth. In Erickson's terms, moving from a state of inferiority feeling directionless to industry, feeling competent and driven.
Okay, but wait, let me play devil's advocate here for a second.
Sure.
I understand Erickson's theory and the value of higher education, but we are fundamentally talking about an apparel marketing campaign.
True.
Does putting on a cool magenta camo Smart Dream jersey actually snap someone out of a deep existential crisis?
Sure.
How does a shirt fix role confusion?
That is the essential question. And a shirt in a vacuum doesn't.
Right.
The magic is in the psychology of what a jersey represents culturally. Historically, a jersey signifies tribal belonging. It tells the world and the wearer that they are part of a collective effort.
Ah, it provides this immediate out-of-the-box identity.
Yes, it acts as an identity prosthesis. By wearing the brand, these students adopt an identity of ambition. It gives them a temporary role to cling to in that vacuum of confusion.
So it's like a psychological shield while they figure out their long-term path in the university survival lab.
Exactly. It protects them from the paralysis of having no identity by giving them a highly visible identity of an achiever, just until they build their own internal foundation.
It is the literal embodiment of fake it till you make it, but materialized in streetwear. You wear the uniform of a motivated person, and through enclosed cognition, your brain catches up.
But breaking out of role confusion is only step one. The brand knows a temporary identity will fade without a destination. So they force the student to look forward and visualize a very high-stakes future.
Oh yeah, the visualization exercise in the video is intense. They tell the viewer, Pijam Mata, close your eyes.
Right.
Imagine yourself 5 years from now holding a degree. Your parents are beside you, crying tears of joy. Or imagine leading a meeting in a massive high-rise office. It's highly emotive.
And visualization is such a potent cognitive tool.
Yeah.
The brain struggles to differentiate between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. Yeah. By repeatedly visualizing these outcomes, they build neural pathways associated with success and reward. It directly combats that dopamine hijacking from endless scrolling.
And they tie it to very concrete economic outcomes, right? They frame education like a diploma in IT or multimedia at Unisul as a golden ticket.
A golden ticket to change their family's entire economic fate. The sources explicitly talk about moving the student from the B40, the bottom 40% income bracket in Malaysia, up to the T20, the top 20%.
They even highlight free study scholarships for outstanding students, just to remove any financial hurdles that might stop them from believing in this vision.
Raising the stakes to family economic mobility is a massive motivational lever. It makes getting a diploma a familial rescue mission, not just a personal chore.
Here's where it gets really interesting to me. We've all heard, dress for the job you want.
Sure.
But this is like dressing for academic survival. If you look at the professional aesthetic of those jerseys, the sleek lines, the athletic fit, it mimics high-end athletic wear worn by elite professionals.
Oh, definitely.
So that streetwear aesthetic directly aligns with their visualization of climbing the corporate ladder. It's engineered to look like the uniform of a winner in life.
The apparel serves as a daily physical reminder of that 5-year visualization. When they wear these jerseys, they are wrapping themselves in what the brand calls their dunya baru, their new world.
Their new world.
When the jersey is the physical bridge, it connects the lost teenager on the sofa today with the high-powered professional in the high-rise in 5 years. It makes an abstract future feel tangible.
It takes that invisible potential and makes it highly visible. A sports jersey implies you aren't playing a solo sport. You can't win a championship by yourself.
No, you can't.
And the Smart Dream brand seems to recognize that. They go far beyond just targeting the individual student. They know that to make it from the B40 to the T20, you need a robust support system.
And their messaging is adamant about this. They warn students, stop making decisions alone when you are stuck. And they offer immediate intervention.
Like the WhatsApp consultations.
Yeah, they give a WhatsApp number for direct consultations with ENJOYYYY Amir himself, lowering the barrier for a teenager to seek professional guidance.
The part that really caught me off guard is how the marketing sharply pivots. At a certain point, it stops talking to the youth and starts talking directly to the parents.
And not just to ask for tuition money.
No. They bring in actual academic research. They cite a 2022 study by Kim and colleagues about purpose in life and healthy aging.
It's a fascinating pivot.
They appeal to parents to support their kids as a form of generativity. And they even frame it as saham-akarat, which is this Islamic concept of an investment for the afterlife.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, using the term generativity brings us right back to Erik Erikson.
Oh, right, because of the parents' age.
Exactly. While the teens wrestle with identity versus role confusion, their parents are in middle adulthood, which Erikson defined as generativity versus stagnation.
So generativity is that psychological need to build a legacy.
Yeah.
To guide the next generation.
Yes. By supporting their child's education, the parents fulfill their own developmental milestone. The brand is utilizing the psychological needs of 2 different generations at the same time.
It's a brilliant strategy, but it creates this massive juxtaposition. You have trendy streetwear marketing neon camo, fast cuts, TikTok hooks invoking traditional concepts like saham-akarat and academic aging studies.
It sounds like they should clash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do these 2 completely different worlds coexist in one brand?
Well, to truly motivate a Gen Z student paralyzed by the post-exam void, you can't just motivate the individual. The modern world is too overwhelming. You must mobilize their entire village.
You have to hack the ecosystem around them.
Exactly. The brand isn't just selling clothes or recruiting for Unisol. They are building a motivational coalition. ENJOYYYY Amir is the head coach with the playbook.
Yeah, the parents are the sponsors.
The sponsors and the emotional anchor, driven by their own need for generativity. And the student is the star player, wearing the team jersey on the field of higher education, fully supported.
Which, ironically, instantly cures the teenager's role confusion. Everyone has a clear, actionable role. The parents are providers, the coach guides, and the student is the ambitious achiever.
The branding seamlessly weaves the fast-paced language of streetwear with deep traditional family values. So when the student makes that intimidating leap into the university survival lab, they aren't jumping alone.
They have a safety net woven from modern psychology, tangible fashion, and traditional familial support. It really is a masterclass in holistic psychological marketing.
It completely changes how you look at a simple piece of clothing, doesn't it?
It really does. So to summarize this incredible deep dive today, the Smart Dream jerseys are so much more than visually striking sportswear. They are the physical manifestation of a deep psychological framework.
They are actively utilizing CBT to interrupt dopamine loops, employing Erikson stages to cure role confusion, and leveraging visualization to pull youth out of apathy.
They use the aesthetics of streetwear to break that scrolling stupor, give these students a wearable identity of ambition, and push them toward concrete educational success at Unisol.
They're essentially taking the engaging, high-status language of youth culture and using it as a delivery mechanism for the necessary medicine of psychological development.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? We aren't all teenagers waiting for our exam results, but human psychology is universal. We all face moments of deep role confusion.
Whether it's a career change, a move, or just feeling stuck.
Right. We all have days where we are stuck endlessly scrolling, totally unable to visualize our own new world.
The broader application here is profound. We've just spent this time examining how a streetwear brand can be secretly engineered with cognitive behavioral therapy to reset a person's trajectory.
Which is mind-blowing.
So I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Take a look around your room or go open your closet right now. What other everyday items or brands have you adopted that are quietly programming your identity?
Wow.
Based on enclothed cognition, what are you wearing right now that is subtly dictating your ambitions, your mood, and your ultimate trajectory in life?
Are your clothes keeping you anchored in the chaos, or are you dressing for clarity? We started today thinking we were just reviewing a sports fashion line, but it turns out we were looking at a diagnostic tool.
Wear it.
Very powerful one.
One that doesn't
Live
just show
it.
you where your mindset is broken, but provides the
Smart
exact
dream.
armor you need to put on to start moving forward.